Dear Lord, thank you for your many wonderful gifts and blessings. And please be with the city of Bluefield, the state of West Virginia, and the United States of America. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. And I don't see Jeff here.
He's coming through the door.
Okay. I do see Alicia, so. We have recognition for both of them for activities on behalf of the city. We appreciate it. Well, what are they?
We as a city would like to take a moment to recognize two members of our community who are instrumental to some of the wonderful things that we have, some of the wonderful amusement that we have, bringing in tourists and people from all over. At this time, the city would like to recognize Jeff Sibio, who is the president of the Chamber of Commerce of the Two Virginias, and who has also paved the way for the Great Mountain Festival that we just had, which was a tremendous success. And also, we would like to recognize Alicia Smith. Alicia. Okay. Alicia Smith, as you all know, has been a longtime member of the community, who has way back in 2009 helped to rebuild and renovate the Yakety Yak playground. She's also been instrumental. She was co-chair of the Save the Ridge Runner project, the wonderful train that we have over there in City Park. That is historic, a big part of this community. Matter of fact, we even have our baseball team that's named after it. So if you would please, also Kyle Hurt, we'd like to recognize Kyle Hurt, who's also instrumental in the Mountain Festival. And these people don't just donate money, but they donate their time. And time is a much more valuable resource. And we just really appreciate all you guys do in the city, all you do for this community, and even abroad. So thank you. Please give them a round of hand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And Alicia is also responsible for the designation of the multiple historic districts that we have in the city. That was also.
Glad to help.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, public comments. Marie, you're the only one on here.
Mayor Martin and the City Board of Directors. We have an upcoming event coming up this Friday, July 15th at Bluefield, Military Family Appreciation Night. This baseball event started in 2014, and this year, 2022, will be our 8th year to host this event. The event is open to all military veterans and their immediate family, and it is a way of recognizing and thanking them for their service. The military, the veterans, and their family will be admitted to the game free of charge and will also receive a meal. Compliments of our sponsors, King Tire, Drive for the Deployed, the Marine Corps League, and the American Legion Raleigh West Post 9. Active military and veterans need to make reservations so they can reach me here at the city. Those reservations can be made by contacting me here. The game is open to the public, and the community is invited to come out and show their support. In closing, Mayor, I would like to thank the city for recognizing and showing support for our veterans. From the veteran parking signs to the flags that are flown in recognition of Vietnam Veterans Recognition Day, Bluefield is veteran friendly. Thank you again for recognizing and showing support for our veterans. I know we have a veteran in the audience here with us today. I want to thank you for your service. And I also want to thank all those that perhaps are tuning in online. I thank them for their service. So I look forward to greeting you all of our veterans and the community at Military Family Appreciation Night this Friday night. Bluefield plays Princeton, so it'll be a really good night. So come out and enjoy some baseball. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Maria. The motion to approve the minutes of the board of directors meeting of June 2022. Second. Have a motion for Daniel. Second. All right, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. New business, approval of addendum to employment contract for extension. If you want to.
Yeah, Mayor.
highlight what that says.
So the terms and conditions of the addendum really is just an extension of Jim Spencer's contract. We of course appreciate all that Jim has done for the city and want to keep him as long as we possibly can. The contract is for a term not to exceed 1 year while we work out some of the other details about we can maybe branch it off. There aren't any other terms and conditions that have changed. The only thing in it is that his contract will continue as is in full force and effect for an undetermined time not to exceed 1 year.
But we'll have commitment that we'll move forward with the discussions on how we fund and implement VEDA as an organization going forward, right?
Yes, Mayor, I believe it is, I mean, as soon as the board makes that decision, then we can.
So there are a couple of issues, Treasury wants to wrap up on a couple of things that you have to do.
I think we're pretty well squared on my end. There might be some dissolution involved in ordinance, but other than that, I believe the main thing is establishing the contribution from the treasury to VEDA, whether it be quarterly, monthly, whatever.
Yeah, in regards to treasury, the establishment of the contribution is not gonna necessarily be that hard, but where we're wanting to keep them in regards to our payroll system, that way it doesn't affect the PERS, PI. We'll have to go in and have our field program tweak some things like this to make sure that we got to do approach.
So relatively quickly.
I can't speak on behalf of Commissioner Fenster. I would think so, yes, but
Okay.
we'll put an asterisk.
All right. I need a motion to approve the addendum to the employment contract with Jim Spencer. A motion for second. Second for Peter. Any questions, comments, or anything going forward? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, approval of Mitchell Stadium usage agreements for, do we want to take these individually or all of them? They're all basically the same.
They are identical to what they were previously. They're just a new year contract.
Okay, I need a motion to approve Mitchell Stadium usage agreements for Bluefield University, Bluefield State University, Mercer County Board of Education, Hazard County Public Schools, and Rushport Athletics. So moved. Motion and a second. Questions, comments? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. Approval of the letter of protest regarding AEP rate increase.
Yes, Mayor. Currently, AEP is trying to pass a pretty significant rate hike. That would severely affect all the members and citizens of the city of Bluefield. So we are there is a letter of protest that has been written requesting that they take that into consideration due to the demographics and socioeconomics of the city of Bluefield, that basically the percentage hike that they will want to increase would be quite crippling for our community, or a vast majority of our community.
We've done this before. Is there any indication that this would be effective, or is there another way for us to register our thoughts on this?
Well, I guess we could always take to social media, but I believe that this is probably the best route to get it into the hands to make the decisions. If you recall, Mayor, a few weeks ago, I believe there was a meeting over at the Mercer County Courthouse for a very similar instance, in which Mercer County, Princeton, and I'm not 100% on this. I think McDowell County also included written letters of protest to the same. So, I believe this would be effective in showing that this is quite detrimental to our community, and based on the volume of the other voices that would be joining us, I think it has the potential for at least a delay, if nothing else.
All right, motion to approve the letter of protest. To move.
Second.
Second. Questions, comments, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Approval of a new account for the Bluefield development, exit one project, and to designate signees of Danny Dillo, Jim Spencer, and Robert Luther with administrative rights to region. Is that the two signature check? Is that why we're approving? So, okay.
Plus you're taking off Colin, and Kelly was on the accounting board, but Danny never was. So Robert and I have been on it the whole time. So you're cleaning up some things that were
Got a motion to approve.
So move.
Motion for Dave on the second for Peter. Any questions, comments? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. Damien, financial report.
Yes, sir. At the close of June, 2022, the 12th month of the fiscal year, revenues collected total $13,859,364. It was 130.37% of the projected amount of $10,630,964. Expenditures total $12,806,504, 74.44% of the projected budget of $16,975,399. So all in all, it's a good year. Now, one of the closing entries that still have to be done to June to finish it up would be the fact that we did receive our second stipend for the ARPA funding. So ARPA funding will be transferred over and held within a separate account because of the restrictions placed on the state. Total revenue is up. Once you, and this is after you remove, of course, the $2 million received from ARPA. So the total revenue was up $390,830 compared to last year. The sources of the increase were B&O, excise tax, and sales tax. B&O tax is increasing. It has not reached pre-pandemic numbers, but it is headed in the northerly direction. Police fines and parking violation fees were down $89,890. However, the PD has went and signed a contract with Bluefield State Campus Security to help offset some of these numbers. They're currently billing just for the campus almost $3,000 a month. With the return of football, stadium rents
That campus or the.
well, they have a contract with the officer on this campus, but the new contract is actually with the hall of the region. With the return of football, stadium rents increased to $131,000. And fitness center revenues for memberships are also up 22,256. So they're also starting to balance. Revenues from municipal fees were down. Trash fees were down $15,432. Fire fees were down $5,913. Street fees were down $149,677. However, storm water fees are increased by $100,718. A lot of this has to do with just continued. We have demolition that demoed and we reassess the properties, for street fees and property for one of the hands for responsible owners. So, it's I'll give props to stormwater and the girls in the office in regards to straightening all this thing. Contributions were down across the board with the current state of the economy. That would be considered normal. Now, with the newly approved pay raises, the city did do 5.56 million in wages pumped back into our local economy. We provided medical and basic life insurance for full-time employees at a cost of $889,329. We contributed $381,432 to West Virginia PERS, Public Employee Retirement, $470,428 to police pensions, and $554,403 to fire pensions. We did this year write off another $1 million in bad debt, continue cleaning those accounts up. We did $384,337 in paving and $187,631 in total demolition. And that number will be bigger. We paid off a fire truck and we purchased a new service truck for Chief Bailey in the fire department at a cost of $123,235. We purchased a mainline snow plow for the street department at a total cost of $156,381. We purchased a 30-yard leaf collector, a service truck at a cost of $98,785 for stormwater. And the city paid $482,911 for electricity, water, gas, and sewer. Going hand in hand with what our attorney just gave, we're expecting those numbers to go up. We've set aside $200,000 for turf at Mission Stadium. We have $17,491 for the parking lot. There will be also another adjustment made for that as soon as we get ticket fees and stuff. We also set aside $100,000 for a new garbage truck. And we're actually also looking into possibly leasing garbage truck or renting garbage trucks. That way we can upgrade our fleet. We got $100,000 set aside right now for a new fire truck and $175,000 for new stormwater equipment. The closing process is ongoing. Generally, we'll have small adjustments that take place clear on into August. But the only one I can think of it would be a big one on food, of course, and I'm getting ready to give you the very first budget revisions for home service in general. Next,
Yeah, motion to approve the June financial summary as presented.
So second.
Motion on the second. Any questions or comments for Danny? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Yes, sir. Okay, moving on to general fund budget revision number 1. Okay, so the state requires budget revisions number 1, go to general fund, whole service fund be done in the very first month of the fiscal year. Basically, what this budget adjustment is so budget is a projection that we do back in March. Then we close out the year in June, and then you have an actual revenue expenses gives you net position. For the general fund, our positive net position was $1,045,117. So that will be assigned to unassigned fund balance as an increase. We allocated that out $85,000 with the economic development. That is in regards to the spot demo project. Money funds were set aside for that project in fiscal year 22. However, the project didn't officially start until you just approved the first two checks last board meeting. So that primary part of the project happened in fiscal 23. So we're going $85,000 under economic development to carry that money over. We are putting $50,000 in the city manager's budget. That is for the comprehensive plan that they're also getting ready to start. In the police department, the PD has a fund called canine expenses. Those are money that are contributions that are collected on behalf of PD in regards to canines. That is also a running balance number. When we budgeted it, 75,000. However, at the end of the year, the remaining in that fund was 142. So what we do is we do an adjustment. So we're putting $67,114 back in canine expense. That way that number stays where it's supposed to be. Under streets and highways, we have got several pieces of equipment that have been approved. We've got the bucket truck and the track loader. It's getting ready to come through, so we put 50,000 in there. Under Parks and Recs, he has the trail project that's going to be running over into July, August. When they're revamping the trails down there, so we brought his money over, and then the contribution for Bluefield for the 66.5. The remainder of that money, the $699,503, I'm going to dump under the 413 Treasury Office in a due to other funds that will be used in regards to the transfer of money to pay for the Exit 1 project and for transfer of monies to move the funds over to ARPA. So that's essentially will zero itself out. And that is budget revision number 1 for general.
All right, need a motion to approve the general fund budget revision number. Motion from David, so second from Peter. Questions or comments? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then lastly, we have a budget revision to coal severance fund, same as general fund, it closes out. And so the residual left in that account was $30,940. So that would go to a assigned fund balance. The offset to our coal severance is public safety. In this case, the police department is the line that's being used. So we're going to increase the police department's line by $30,940 make it balance.
All right. Any wishes to approve poll severance budget revision number 1? So move. Second motion on the second. Questions, comments, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. It's time for vacation.
Yes, sir.
Our report of community and economic development.
And I have permission to share. I can't, it says, I can't, well, somebody else is sharing, so I guess Brandon. Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon. I want to give you a quick update. 2 weeks ago tomorrow, we had a class on how to get your business discovered on the internet with TripAdvisor, Google, Yahoo, all the different social media type sites. We had 33 people that were in attendance, either in person, by Zoom, or did the on demand. And this was the first class we did in conjunction with McDowell County. So the city of Welch was involved and the McDowell County CBD. Use an example that recently when I traveled, I was in Sumter over the weekend, South Carolina, and the first thing I did is what are the top 3 restaurants that was recommended by TripAdvisor next year. And that way you can see where other people's recommendations, things like that. So we need to make sure that our businesses are registered. And even some of Rick's folks has been in the involved in this, because when you go to a community, then you know what's available. So we're trying to get that marketed. So tomorrow will be a 102 session. So even if you miss the person, you can back up, watch the video, and still count to that.
How many people participated from those?
There was about 8 or so from Welch. And they all sort of got together, 2 locations, City Hall and the tax effort. So, and I expect even more. And so Samantha did a good job, but it was a fast-paced 45 minutes. We're gonna do a 1 or 2 to follow up to see how's it going. And it's not just getting registered now, it's getting your customers to sort of go in and leave reviews and things like that. So we're trying to enhance that, not only our businesses, but also in McDowell County as well. This next one's sort of a confidential update. The mayor and I were at a meeting recently that a company stated to him that workforce development is crucial to economic development. Well, if you've been around me much in the mayor for the last several years, we know that's true. So we applied for a grant Friday, and we're trying to not say much about that because these grants are competitive, and some of these things we're talking about with the team sector. If you look at our marketing material, we talked about technology, energy, and advanced manufacturing. So you've got Almas Falls and advanced manufacturing technology is Alorica, and then other companies that we're working with. So if that grant is funded, it will create a pipeline of up and coming workers. Some of these jobs, you don't need to go to college to work for some of these localities or for Almas or even Intuit, but they need to have skill sets. And we're also putting together a summer boot camp. I think a lot of times our middle school and high school students do not know what careers are available right here in the back door. So if this is funded, we will have a boot camp to show them what is available. But if you don't mind this, I don't want to get this out in the public too much because we don't want to create our own competition, but I want to let you know that we are trying to solve this as workforce is extremely important to economic development. Mayor, you want to?
No, I mean, that's number one thing that we hear, and I think everybody can hear it. That's the first question that comes to everybody's mind when Intuit came to the town was, well, where are they gonna find the people?
Right.
So this will help do that, but Jim's right, everybody doesn't need a college degree, and you know, some of these jobs pay more than people who've gone to school for 7 years. So true.
At the last meeting, I told you I was going to the county commission meeting that afternoon to get their approval or support for an industrial access road grant. And to show you where that's at, if you can see my pointer. You see my pointer there? Wild Turkey Road came down and was almost like a switchback here. This will be a new Wild Turkey Road that will turn in here. You can see it's already under construction. And will come down and tie into Almas's parking lot. This graded area here is a cul-de-sac. Because if this is funded through the state's program, it has to be a public road. So that snow removal and all that, you know, truck will come up there, they need to turn around because the rest of that property will be purchased by Almas. So we talked about last time, I wanted to visually show you what we're actually working on there. The grant has been submitted. Mercer County did the support resolution 2 weeks ago, so we're just waiting now to see if it's funded or not. But you can see right now it's a gravel road. These pictures are actually probably about a month old. It's a gravel road, but we want to get funding to make it a paved road, a nice road. So, Mayor, that's my update. Unless there's any questions.
Right, have any questions, comments? Thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir.
All right. Even have Matt's not here. Your motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.